I'm with Stefan Ferrero. He's an English teacher in Canada, and he has really a great life experience that brought him from different parts in the US and Europe to being a teacher in the Quebec province in Canada.
First of all, thank you for having me. I'm from the United States, and my family's from upstate New York, which is not far from where we are now. And then when I was very young, my father got transferred to North Carolina in Charlotte. So that's where I grew up in the southern United States. And then after university, I moved to Colorado. Somewhere down the line, I had the bright idea to become a guitar player. And but no, that was really fun. And I played in all kinds of bands and toured. And in 2008, I had sort of taken a break from that for a little while. And I did a big trip in Europe. And that's where I met my eventual wife-to-be. She asked me about a year later, after we had done sort of a long distance relationship, asked me, did I want to come, live in Canada and see what I thought? So I said, well, sure. I can be a poor, starving musician in Canada probably as easily as I can in the United States. So anyway, I came up and I, went through the whole immigration process. And I actually had to leave Canada because my time as a visitor was coming to a close. So during that time, I went to get certified to teach English.
Do you have a few words of wisdom for anybody who's immigrating from the US to Canada? Is there really different things on the culture and stuff like that?
I would say, yeah, if you're moving to Quebec, that's probably got the biggest culture change from the United States, I would think, for most people, just mainly because of the language, the vastly different, although there are some very unique things about Quebec culture. But, I think from a lifestyle perspective and, a shock value, right, it's probably pretty low. There's not a big change. But as far as advice I would give is, to be patient, right, number one, because it can be a rather long process, the immigration process. And then number two is that, it sounds romantic, it sounds exciting, and it is, right? And it's all that, but there's also a lot that can wear on you.
So now we're at the point where we're going to discuss in French, because one of the things that I really like is to promote the French language. Comment toi tu as appris le français?
Oui, wow, processus très long. Tout d'abord, il est nécessaire de faire un effort pour apprendre une langue. Et ça, moi, je pense que c'est la première chose. Parce qu'il y a beaucoup de monde veut parler une autre langue. Mais je pense que le plus important est de travailler sur toutes les compétences. Lisez, écoutez, parlez, écrivez autant que vous le pouvez. Vous pouvez faire qu'une seule chose. Lisez à haute voix.
Ah, lire à haute voix, OK.
Oui, parce que cela vous permettra d'affiner votre vocabulaire et votre grammaire. Et la lecture à haute voix vous aide à améliorer votre prononciation. Mais surtout, soyez patient avec vous-même et faites confiance.
Qu'est-ce que le français t'a apporté dans ta vie?
Oui, bonne question. Donne beaucoup de satisfaction et les jeunes au Québec sont impressionnés quand ils entendent les anglophones essayer de parler français. Ça donne plus de respect parce que les jeunes d'ici réalisent que vous faites un effort.
Il y a quelque chose que tu voudrais ajouter et dire aux gens qui nous écoutent aujourd'hui par rapport à ton expérience au Canada, ton expérience à apprendre le français?
Yeah, I would say, if anyone who's planning to come to Quebec, I think really do yourself a favor and try as best you can to learn as much of the language as you can. I mean, it's going to be difficult, and it's going to be kind of just feel like, throwing your hands up and, giving up. But don't do that, because the people here will really appreciate it, if you do that. And I think I think that even though for me, that was a bit frustrating when I came here, I was like, well, I want to speak French, but everyone's speaking to me in English. So realize that that's going to happen, but that you're going to get a lot more respect, and that subtly there's going to be more doors that open for you when you look at, I think just creating friends and relationships and job opportunities and things such as this. So it's definitely going to pay off. And then from the immigration standpoint, again, patience is the name of the game, and know that, it's going to be a good thing, because Canada is a great country, and it has provided me with a great lifestyle and has been, I think very good for me career wise and just the relationships that I've developed. So I hope that helps. But